Hey there, I'm Dave Lemieux and here to talk about Dave's Picks Volume 53. Hard to believe we're almost in the mid-50s, kind of like my age. It's a cool day here today, so I'm going to keep it a little brief. Also, I noticed as I came over, the tide is coming in and I might lose my way back to, I'm on some rocks now, I might lose my way back to dry ground. So I'm going to keep it kind of brief if that's possible for me. If you're watching this, you might already know that Dave's Picks Volume 53 is the complete show from October 2nd, 1976 in Cincinnati, Ohio. A terrific show from a great tour. This is our first one of 2025, the Grateful Dead's 60th anniversary. Hard to believe, just amazing stuff. This is a show from a tour. There are a few tours like this, quite a few actually, where there's so many good shows. It's always fun working on these tours because there's a lot of great music to select from. We recently put out a show from Santa Fe, New Mexico, 1983. Similar tour from the frost on August 20th right through the middle of September of 1983. Some great shows. So when we hit those up, we've got Boise, we got the Red Rock shows, which we haven't released, Eugene, Stanford, the Frost shows are amazing. Anyhow, this is a similar tour. It's a short tour that went from September 23rd through October 3rd. Then they went to the West Coast and did a couple shows in Oakland and a couple in Los Angeles. So it's a really a mighty fine time for the Grateful Dead. We've hit up this tour a few times with shows in we've done September 24th as part of the Dave's Picks series, September 25th and September 28th as part of the Dick's Pick series, and October 3rd Detroit as part of the 30 Trips Around the Sun box set. So we're going back to October 2nd, a show that's always been on our radar. There's just so much good music from the tour, we just haven't hit this one yet. So we're finally hitting it. Great show from the Dead's second tour after they came back. They came back in June of '76 and came back with a second tour. Like I say, started September 23rd and ran through October 3rd. This Cincinnati show, the first set is all you'd expect from a great '76 show where everything is played extremely well, and it's the classic, you know, they love each other, Promised Land, they love each other, El Paso. We get a couple of great Europe 72 songs, Tennessee Jed and Brown Eyed Women. It's All Over Now, the Rolling Stones song that had just debuted by the Grateful Dead a week earlier at the Cap Center on September 25th, first time the Dead played it. And it ends with a tremendous sequence of Let It Grow, great Let It Grow, followed by Might As Well. Now the second set, boy, it's a lot to say about it. They open the second set with 6 straight shorter songs, almost like a first set, a continuation of the first set. So it's 6 songs that are like shorter songs before they go into a big jam. Music Never Stopped, Candyman, Samson and Delilah, a gorgeous It Must Have Been the Roses, one of my favorite versions of that song ever, Big River, and then Friend of the Devil, before they then jump into the jam. And as all of these shows from '76, they're very unique second set jam sequences. They're all very different. This one, Dancing in the Street, drums, we get a great other one, amazing other one actually, and then Stella Blue, great Sugar Mag to end. And oddly enough, it was a show without an encore. Not sure why, maybe they hit up against the curfew, had to get to Detroit for the next show. The tour closure on October 3rd. And I mentioned this, I think, in something we wrote or maybe another video. If you subscribed last year in 2024, you got the May 3rd, 1977 show at the Palladium in New York with a bonus disc and bonus material on the main show, plus the bonus disc from May 4th. Well, there were 5 songs that didn't make it onto either Dave's Picks Volume 50 or the bonus disc. We are including those here. So to complete your May 4th 77 show. So if you do pick this one up and you did subscribe last year, you're now going to have the complete show from May 4th, 1977, the 5th night at the Palladium in New York City, just a couple days before Cornell. We got 5 songs on it. There's Cassidy, Deal, Brown Eyed Women, Looks Like Rain. Just some really, really top-notch Grateful Dead from a great, great tour, as you probably know, the spring tour of '77. These shows were recorded by Dan Healy to reel. They sound great. They're PA recordings. They're not Betty's mixtapes. She wasn't on this tour, but they're PA recordings, so they reflect what came through the PA system, and they sound amazing. Phil, it's interesting, as we were working on this one in the fall, we got word that Phil had passed, and that very same morning I had been listening to the Samson and Delilah from this show, specifically commenting. Now, Samson and Delilah, a show that was played at literally virtually every single show in 1976, but there were a lot of differences in the song. And this one from Cincinnati, Phil in particular is just on fire, just doing this incredible, these runs that, again, probably not a lot different than what he usually did on Samson and Delilah, but different enough that I took notice. And just shortly after that, I got word that Phil had passed. So, you know, it's, I'd been really thinking a lot about Phil that morning, and just what an incredible bass player he was, what an incredible musician, what an incredible human being he was. And then to get word right after that, while specifically just really focusing on his bass playing on this one. So I encourage you to do the same and listen to whatever you want, but Phil is really playing incredibly well on this. And yeah, you know, as everything we do goes out to all of the guys and all Deadheads, and Phil, this one in particular is for you. It's just a great one. And I just want to say we're heading into a great year ahead, 2025. Rhino's got some big announcements to make later on in the spring and the summer and the fall of this year, but it's going to be a great year. So I want to say, here we are in our 14th year of the Dave's Pick series. So a big, huge thanks to my good friend Mark Pincus. This was his vision back in 2011 when we started this series in 2012. It was Mark and Doran who had the vision to create the Dave's Pick series. So thanks for continuing it going. It's a ton of fun. Deadheads still seem to dig it. I certainly do. So thanks, Mark, and thanks, Yvette, for keeping everything on track. Boy, could not do it without you at all. Nothing. So thanks, Yvette, and Brian, and Lauren, and everybody, Shannon and Suzanne, and Steve Vance, everybody involved in this. Thanks a lot for you know, continuing this great, I think, a great series. I certainly get excited every time they arrive 4 times a year. I'm being waved at by Lucky Bud. He showed up on the beach over there. Now he's flashing a peace sign. Maybe he'll take a picture of me. Hey, take a picture, buddy. Oh, he did. I was gonna say it lasts longer. Sorry. He was out for a run, I guess, and saw me shooting my video. It's twice in a row that's happened. We live in a small kind of neighborhood, and there's not a lot of places to run, so he's just running over there. Anyhow, head over to dead.net, Dave's Picks Volume 53, Cincinnati, October 2nd, 1976. A really hot show. We're going to put up a few songs on the listening party. We're going to do a special on Sirius XM, so you want to check there. We'll be talking a lot about this, as well as putting up a lot of music on there. Some great stuff coming up. A great year ahead, and as you probably know, the Baltimore show is coming out in end of April, early May of this year, the Baltimore 73 show. So we've been working hard and trying to, you know, get some good variety out. We've started doing a lot of work on Dave's Picks 55 and 56 in terms of general areas that we'd like to hit. Some good stuff though coming up. So anyhow, I'm going to keep it brief. Like I say, I'm watching the tide come in, and there's like this little channel over here that I can jump over to get back to not the rocks and not get soaked in this cold ocean water. So I'm going to do that. It is cold out too, so I need to get in. And I also got to get in and get some work done. We got a busy day. Like I say, it's a busy year ahead. So anyhow, everyone have a great day. Have a great 2025 is our first video, I think, of the year. Maybe, I don't know. I think it is. So yeah, Dave's Picks 53. Head over to dead.net. They do tend to sell out pretty quickly. Subscriptions were pretty darn strong again. So thanks if you subscribed. If you subscribed, by the way, you don't have to go to dead.net. It'll just arrive to you probably the first week of February. What's that? Oh yeah, there's 2 ducks behind me. Lucky got excited about the ducks. Yeah. Thanks, Lucky. Beauty. So anyhow, head over to dead.net. If you subscribe, like I say, you don't have to head to dead.net, although there's lots of great content and fun things on there. But it will arrive to you in end of January, early February, I think. But thanks a lot for watching. I'm Dave. I got my little remote control here, so I'm going to shut the video off, and I'll see you here. We've got obviously the Dave's Picks announcements coming up 3 more times this year, but we've also got a lot of other really exciting things happening that I'm really excited to talk about. So I'll get some videos going with that. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you around.